I'm John Whitcomb, head teacher of the Westland School. The Westland School is in Sittingbourne in Kent. We are a secondary modern school with 1,600 pupils. We serve quite a diverse catchment area, and we're a specialist mathematics and computing school.
The Westland School is the second largest in Kent. And like many large schools, the problem is managing the welfare of such a large student body.
I think we had a situation in the school whereby the organisation of the school made it feel impersonal to the child. The Key Stage 3 manager, one person was responsible overall for nearly 900 children. And there's no way that one person can provide effective overall pastoral care for such a large number of children. And the effects of that were found in pupil behaviour, discipline in classes, during break times, lunch times and so on.
With the school growing year by year, their problems aren't going to go away.
This is our main block here, which was built in the 1950s. And over the past 10 years, there's been some quite significant additional building here at Westlands. We've had our library block built back in 1996. That, I think, was the first of our major new builds here at the school. And since that time, we've had building on the site here for every year of the past 10 years. And that's really because the school has just continued to grow. 10 years ago we had 1,300 pupils here. For this September we're likely to have 1,650.
The problem for John is that there are some advantages to the school being big. For instance, the school has been able to convert some of its campus into a working farm which is used for science lessons. So the solution isn't to just downsize.
We want to make sure that we keep the advantages of a larger school campus and the specialist facilities and economies of scale in terms of organisation that a larger school can offer.
They use their large scale to offer a wide curriculum choice, including vocational courses, which appeal to less academic students.
We offer a BTEC course here. I think it's in construction and the built environment. And there, as you can see here, practically learning to lay bricks. And in fact, if we look at Tommy's work here, I've been told on a number of occasions, I've seen some of Tommy's work in terms of bricklaying, and I think you're an expert. Would you say that?
Yeah, it's the best one out of school.
What do you think about having this here at the school now?
Well, because not many schools you get that have sort of things like this, and everyone else, they have to start at a later age, and we get to do it like 2 years early.
We get a lot of change of attitude on this course. We've turned a lot of kids around over the last 12 months, getting good results. It gives me a nice warm feeling in the stomach, just turn the kids around. These lads, some of these are coming from quite poor backgrounds, and they're changing their attitudes and really getting on with their work.
It's that spirit of adventure, I suppose, and trying new things, and also not being afraid if it does go wrong. If you don't try, you don't reap any rewards.
So though John likes the size of his school, he is aware that it can cause some problems.
One of the features of our school is it is quite spread out. Our children here do get quite fit, walking from lesson to lesson. Certainly one of the things that we're keen to address in future is to cut down the movement that pupils have during the course of the school day.
The difficulty of balancing the large scale of the school with the needs of individual children has prompted a total rethink.
Can you continue the pattern for me on the bottom?
18.
John has identified that the key is developing individual relationships between teachers and students.
I think we've changed the context from it being, the pupils seeing it as the teacher's school, and made a big emphasis to change that around to pupils seeing it as being their school and something that they should feel proud to belong to.
Does somebody want to tell me what's the religion that we've been looking at in the last couple of days?
Christianity.
Well done. I enjoy the relationship that I have with the children. I have huge respect for them, and in the first few lessons, when I'm getting to know a class, I spend a whole lesson purely getting to know them, telling them my expectations and what they expect from me, and we really do build a level of trust and respect. So, and I think that's the key. Yeah, do you remember the scientist? Who was the scientist that said that if we do certain things to the planet, certain things may happen?
The name of the scientist was James Lovelock, and he said if people punished the Earth would punish back, and like you can see on the pictures, Hurricane Katrina could cost lives and stuff. And
absolutely, superbly put. Well done, James. I mean, I start at the bottom level with basic manners. Good morning, how are you? Your job is to make me smile, bring me chocolates, no, just kidding. That kind of thing. And that's when you get the intimacy, that's when you get the bonding, and there really is no need, I feel, to scream and shout at the children in the classroom. There isn't, if you've built up that bond. Okay, you've been an absolute joy this morning. Arrivederci, bon voyage, sayonara, see you in tutor. Toodaloo. Thanks for having me. Thank you for having me.
The challenge in a big school is how to guarantee that every pupil has individual support from their teachers.
Thanks for having me. Well done.
What we've done so far is we've divided the school into the three learning communities.
I'm Dan and I'm Norman.
I'm Hayden, I'm Tudor.
I'm Jacob, I'm Stuart.
Some people could look at it and think it's simply a house structure. It's much more than that. It gets right to the heart of tracking children's learning. It's changed the fundamental nature of how we manage the school. We now have principals of the three communities, are what we call Norman, Tudor and Stuart communities, and those principals have day-to-day responsibility for the curriculum, the pastoral welfare of their pupils.
There's a big loyalty amongst the pupil body. I mean, if I go up to a pupil, they know I'm Tudor community, they know they're in Tudor community, and they know who the best community is, Tudor community.
How are we doing this afternoon?
We're fantastic, thank you, sir.
Good.
It's the joys of 9 Alpha.
Tudors working hard?
Well, for Tudors, they're not doing too bad.
What do you mean for Tudors? We all know Tudors the best community, don't we?
Yeah.
There is a healthy competition amongst the pupils, and there is a pride. There is more of a community feel, and just a slightly more personal approach around the school. Pupils know where they belong a little bit more, and in a big school like this, that's half the battle.
Dividing the students into their community groups for all their classes and assemblies allows them to develop the relationships of a small school on a larger campus.
I'm going to talk to you about an alien species today. I joined this band of people about 20 months ago.
The style I like to take towards assembly is to just give a little bit of myself out, a little bit about my personality, because sometimes people think that teachers are a little bit alien to them, and it's nice to give a bit of yourself and they understand the assembly just a little bit more. Moving to a more personal situation with the pupils is a big target.
Okay, so what makes a good teacher? What makes a good pupil?
Another innovation the school has introduced are vertical tutor groups with students from all years.
We were quite reticent to move away from the traditional standard form tutor arrangement, whereby you were tutored in your year group according to your age.
Lewis, what makes a good pupil in your opinion?
It was an idea that got off to a bit of a sticky start.
We had lots of anxieties expressed to us from parents, but most notably from children, about how it will be the end of civilization as we know it if we suddenly mix children together, that there will be fears of bullying from the older pupils and towards the younger pupils and so on.
A lot of the older ones weren't very keen on being mixed together with different age groups. So to begin with, it was quite difficult.
I just liked my old classes, because in my old classes we had been in those for about 3 years, so we were really close, like friends with all the people, and they split some friendship groups up and like dispersed them into the different learning communities.
Sometimes you get a little bit shy if they talk to you about something you don't really know about. Be confident and have a lot of effort.
Well done. Definitely put that one down, Misha. A lot of effort.
We discovered very quickly from the time we started this, we had the older children in the groups supporting the younger children with reading, with homework, with options, and it developed this culture of support, which we'd never had before.
Over the course of this year, they've really settled into it. They all talk to each other, get along, and it's a nice, positive environment for them to be in.
I've got to know a lot more new people, and from younger years, and we like help them with homework or help them with problems if they have any.
The bullying's sort of gone down as well, and it's more of a friendly atmosphere to be in, which is really helpful really, if you're in education where you want to learn. So
there was a case where one of the little year 7s was getting pushed in the corridor by the bigger year 11s, and Peter was one of them that went out and made sure he was all right and stopped them doing that to him in the corridor and was like, no, he's in my tutor group, and that was really sweet. So they do really look out for each other, especially the older ones. They do look out for the younger ones, which is really nice, because it means that the younger people do have somewhere or someone that they can go and talk to if there is a problem, other than, not necessarily a teacher, but a fellow pupil.
The challenge for the school will always be striking a balance between creating the feeling of a small school whilst preserving the best parts of being big.
One of the benefits of a larger school is that you have a wide range of curriculum offer. For example, our GCSE programme and BTEC programme at Key Stage 4, because of the size of the school, it enables a huge choice of subjects. What we don't want to see is that by moving to the smaller communities that we lose that curriculum choice.
And so far, it seems to be working.
The school had a different feel to it than it has now. I think pupils here generally are happier now with their experience of school. I think staff are also happier. We found staff want to stay at the school longer than had previously been the case, and I think that's a sign that staff feel, teachers feel happier working at the school. And what I want to see us create here at the school is a happy, coordinated learning environment where everyone feels they've got a place. I think changing the emphasis in the way that we had through the evolution of the learning communities has enabled it to be a more humane and caring environment, but without losing the academic edge that we've been really keen to develop.